Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to playoff baseball here from Texas Motor Speedway as we are live for the iRacing Legacy Series, sponsored by Raise Energy. We are live here from Texas. Playoff race number 1 set to get underway here in just a moment. Qualifying about to come up. 75 laps set to take place here tonight. Hope everybody's ready for some good racing action. Playoff race number 1, as I mentioned. I want to go ahead and give you guys the drivers in the playoff: Levi Allen, Todd Chase Jr., Ron Christensen Jr., Donnie Fear, I hope that's how you say his last name, Cody Kennedy, Brian Kidda, Joe Morgani, Derek Pemberton, Alex Vasilio, Brian Young is your top 10 playoff drivers here in round 1. After round 1, we eliminate 2 drivers. After round 2, we eliminate 4. And that will put us down to the 4 death just happened on the straightaway. I just want to point that out. More deaths about to happen. Yeah, everybody just died. I think everybody's just aiming for a car. Anyway, so we will do that here in just a moment. And before round 2 starts, let's go down to the racetrack. See the flag, man, waving the heck out of the flag here. Once again, good driver count. 14 drivers here tonight. Not bad. Should be for some fun racing here tonight from the new and improved Texas Motor Speedway as we get set to go qualifying. Joe Morgani may be the first one heading out on track. We'll see. He is rolling. That's who we're going to watch first. And you can see Texas here at turn 1. A lot wider than the older Texas. This is the new Texas Motor Speedway. Scheduled to be Dover, by the way. However, drivers was complaining like they always do. Did not like Dover, and it switched. Plus, I'm kind of happy because I'm just not a fan of Dover either. So, the broadcaster had to input. Anyway. Here comes Morgani coming out of turn 4, working to the start-finish line to begin lap number 1. A lot of guys already out there. Todd Chase, Atlanta Lacey, Brian Kidda. Most of our playoff drivers are out there right now, all with the exception of Brian Young, Cody Kennedy, and Derek Pemberton, and Pate Albin, although Pate's not a playoff driver. But we'll watch Joe here for just a moment as he comes through turns 3 and 4. Off turn 4. Morgani going to put down a 31.478. Good enough for P number 1 on the board. Jump back to Todd Chase Jr. Levi Allen, new lap, 31.407. Todd Chase Jr. beginning his second lap here in the iRacing number 9 car. Can't remember. I think I painted that, but I may be wrong. I think I painted it. I'm going to be honest, I cannot remember if I painted that car. Most of the playoff drivers have the blue rims on the car. That is one way you can turn it. I think all of them but one have it on it. I think Donnie's the only one that does not have it on it, the 00. So most of them do, though. But here comes Todd Chase. Alex Vasilio on top of the board, 31.458 for Todd Chase Jr. Good enough for P4. Landa Lacey goes to 7th with his first lap. He's out there in the 24 Raise Energy car as well. We got 3 drivers in here actually sponsored by Raise: Derek, Todd, and Landon. Cody Kennedy working through, looks like turn 1 and 2. No, I'm sorry, it's turn 3 and 4. I apologize for that. Coming to the start-finish line to begin his lap as well, so we'll watch his lap. Alex still on top of the board. Ron Christensen Jr. moves up to P5. Todd Chase stays in 6th. Cody Most to 4th. Here's Cody working through turns 3 and 4 this time. See what he can do here with 2 minutes remaining here in qualifying. Coming to the start-finish line. 32.133. Good enough for P10. Check Derek Pemberton. He's coming to the start-finish line here as well. Actually going through 1 and 2. In that Raise Energy number 82. Or 81, actually in sim, but good enough. Coming to turn Start finish line, Derek Pemberton going to go to a 31.486. Not a great lap. Puts you on P7. I'm going to go ahead and mention Levi Allen. Oh, I'm sorry, not Levi Allen. Cody Kennedy. I want to mention he stays in P12 as we will continue to watch Derek here in just a moment. Brian Young rolled out on track as well. I don't know if he's going to have time to get his lap down. Derek not going to have a good lap that time. Brian Young, we'll see if he gets back to the start-finish line. Looks like he will get back to the start-finish line to begin at least one lap. He will not be able to get 2 laps down, but we'll see if he can get the first one in. As he will come to the white or green or white flag, whichever you want to call it this time. Brian Young works through turns 3 and 4 this time, coming to the start-finish line. And he will put down a good lap there with 31.360. Good enough for P3. Good lap there for Brian Young. All right, it's time for playoff race number 1 of round 1 to get underway. Alex Fitzgerald, Joe Morgani going to be starting on the front row. Who will continue on? We'll find out in 75 laps here from Texas Motor Speedway. Cars starting to grid up. We'll get this one underway here in just a moment. Let me know who you're pulling for in the chat if you have a favorite. No problem. By the way, DeParks, who are you, by the way? Just out of curiosity, do I actually know you from like a race or something? I'm just curious if I know you from a race. Maybe I've watched you before. But thank you very much, and it is no problem. I like doing it, so I appreciate you tuning in. We are live over on Facebook as well. For people over there watching, make sure you hit the like and share button. Share it out to everybody. Try to get these guys some more views. We appreciate that very much so as we get set to roll off. I want to go ahead and give everybody an update. Tomorrow night, and I'm sorry guys, I'm watching the World Series as well. Just got to say the Braves just scored again. And I got to point that out. Braves just scored 2 times, so very happy about that. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, we are going to be broadcasting tomorrow night or Saturday. Just a FYI for you guys. All right, there we go, roll it off. Let's see if Alex Fitzgerald can get it done here once again tonight. He comes in here this season. Can Joe Morgana get it done again tonight? However, Alex Fitzgerald comes in here tonight with 2 wins this season. He is second in the points, tied with Derek Pemberton. Joe Morgana currently first in the points because they got bonus points, so I just want to point that out. So they do got 1 bonus point over for each win that they get. So we'll see. Here we go. Pace car ready to drop in. Playoff race or number 1 set to get underway. And by the way, we will be live Sunday night for playoff race number 1 as well for the American Sim Racing League. Very much looking forward to that one. And we got pulling for Levi. Levi's going to be a big factor. I'm a big fan of Levi. We'll see how he does. Levi going to be starting in P4. Pace car's in. Green flag set to wave, and the green flag is out of the air. Once again, from Texas, we are underway. Playoff race number 1. Joe Morgani getting a big start. He takes away P1 by about a mile over second place. And behind him, it is just chaotic back here. Turn 1 at Texas is so wide. It is actually unbelievable how wide this place actually is. You see basically drag racing down into turn 3. Brian Young side by side with Landon Lacey up on the upper side of the racetrack. Landon going to be able to take that spot away. Do not doubt Landon too much. I've learned not to do that when it comes to a lot of things. Brian Young, Donnie almost gets into it right there, a little bit further back, but we are still racing here. Side by side, Gary Smith with Landon Lacey. Landon's continuing to pick some drivers off here early. He has worked his way already up to P6. He's our biggest mover at the moment. Side by side, make it 3 wide. 71 Cody Most. Now get back to double file. Donnie trying to take away 7th spot from Brian Young. Looks like he's going to be able to do that. Cody's going to take away 9th from him as well. Levi Allen, new fastest lap on the race, 31.261. Top 3 guys have checked out. Ron Christian Jr. in 4th. Derek Pemberton, P5. Derek trying to take away that 4th position. To me, personally, the guys we see right now that is top 4 is who I expect to see in the championship top 4. With Joe Morgani, Alex Serio, Levi Allen, Derek Pemberton. That is my final 4 predictions. And I don't like doing that too much. But we are doing it tonight. Landon Lacey, once again, putting some pressure here on trying to take another spot away. This will be for P5. Landon was side by side for just a moment. Christian said, "Yeah, not right now. Can't do it." A little bit further back in the field, Todd Chase trying to hold off Brian Young. Actually just got around Brian Young a moment ago. Cody Most side by side with that 0-0. Expect long green flag runs. I expect that to happen here. So if that is the case, don't be surprised if we get that green flag pit stop. Honestly, you're looking about lap 37 is when you want to hit pit road, in my opinion. That would put you at the right around the halfway point. I don't see the point of running any more than out or any less. Landon takes away P5. I'm sorry. He's working his way up. Up front, battle for the lead. We've seen this battle a couple times this season. Oh, Levi Allen getting in hot. How about that? Watch this. To bring our first ATVO replay live. Watch this 41. Just wheeling it through the corner. Does a good job. Only bad thing about that tires here will fade. We've seen guys blow tires. So noticing something that 21's doing here as well. He's actually getting that left front a little bit on that apron, it looks like, in turn 3 and 4. I'm not sure if he's doing it in 1 or 2 or not. Kind of keep an eye here. Let's see. Right to the bottom. Just touching that white line in 1 and 2. So he's getting right on the bottom, and it is paying dividends. He's actually cutting into this lead pretty good right now. Derek Pemberton back there battling Landon Lacey as well. Still up front watching this. A little bit further back, Gary Schmid. Whoa, it's a big save. Here brings another ATVO replay here tonight. Watch this 31 working out of turn 4. This is going to be pretty interesting. Great save here by 31. Gets too much of that apron. Just rides the apron for a long time. Almost gets into the 86. Great job there. Cody Kennedy does a great job in that 63 to check up. You do not want to be involved in a wreck this early, especially in the playoffs. Do not want to see that happen. So Levi closing in here as well. Top 4, all playoff contenders right now. You see Derek Pemberton right now, the fastest out of the top 4. From what I'm seeing anyway. So not a surprise there. But we know the whole rumor here at Derek when it comes to places like this. Tires for Derek. He is the worst when it comes to saving tires. And the reason why I mentioned that at Atlanta, track kind of similar to this. Of course, now a very older characteristic track at Atlanta compared to Texas. So this track a little bit better on tires. Derek blew 3 tires there at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the WSCRL series. So he's hoping not to do that tonight, especially in a place like this. So watch for him to be taken care of really extra care of them tires. He's mainly just looking to keep going and advancing into the final round. He does not. None of these drivers necessarily care personally. If you win, it would be good to go ahead and lock your way into the next round, which is always great. But just consistent finishes is what you're looking for. Still watching this battle up front. Morgani's doing a great job. Morgani's going to be a guy that will be in championship form come the final race of the season. We know he could definitely win one. So we'll be keeping a very close eye on him as the season continues on. Right now, everybody's just being really patient, and I think this is a great thing to do. If you're all these playoff guys, let the guy in front of you make a mistake. That's the goal. Don't force anything you don't need to. Just walk out of here with a solid finish. You know, inside the top 8 is where you want to finish, I believe. 100%. Here we go. Battle for the lead. Cesaro looks to take it away from Morgani here on lap 13. Down the straightaway. Drag race into turn 3. Inside line probably going to prevail, I would guess, and it does. Morgani loses the lead. Backs to second. Once again, pit stops probably around lap 37 or so. 36, 37. I don't think you need to go hardly any more or any less. You definitely want to do it before lap 40. Personally, I think the guy that hits it around that mark will have a great chance. Oh, here comes Morgani with a big run. He decides not to take it. Maybe trying to learn a little bit here. Riding around the driver of the 21. Pate Auburn, Brian Kidda. Brian, of course, in the playoffs as well. Currently running 14th right now. He's ready to just get out of here. He enjoys the street stocks. So Brian would love to move on and get back to the street stocks, which he did not have a great run last night. He just does not like Darlington, and that's one reason why I'm glad Darlington's no longer in the championship race over there in the street stocks. Top 3 breaking out just a little bit here. Derek Pemberton back here just riding around Landon Lacey, both very familiar with each other, so they'll be kind of patient a lot with each other. Cody Most, he's moving his way up just a little bit in that 71. I feel like he's got a good chance to have a good run here tonight. Not surprised to see Cody having a good run right now. Taking a peek here underneath Derek Pemberton. Probably would be okay, I think Derek would be, if he don't come down on the 71. Right here's where that run starts, where Derek starts to fade a little bit with them tires, man. That's where he's always had his trouble in these bigger tracks. One thing he's going to have to do is to make sure that does not have an issue with that. Cody Moe still putting some pressure here on the 24. Landon Lacey right now. The difference in Landon, by the way, just want to point this out. Braves just scored again. Just want to point that out to you guys. Sorry. If anybody's interested. Morgani now and Levi Allen. This is for the second position as we watch this. I would say about 15 to 17 laps you'll see pit stops. And in these cars, pit stops are pretty unique. They take a little bit longer than normal. Morgani with a little bobble coming up off the corner. May give Levi a run here as well. Through the tri-oval. And here comes Levi. Looking to take second away from Joe Morgani. Ever since Levi got that win last week, I feel like he not going to be able to take it away right now, but I feel like he's got a little bit of momentum on his side. So we'll keep an eye on that in that Rad Plus Plus car. Paid off and Gary Smith back up battling for the spot as well. Right now, Pate's still working on that, trying to get it. But let's jump back up. Levi Allen once again with a run. Here he comes down into the corner. Should have the momentum, but we've seen it last time. The 53 was able to hold him off. And this time, not so much. Oh, maybe not. There he goes. Levi Allen goes to second. Landon Lacey and them closing up as well. A little bit further back on these guys. You see Landon, Cody Most there. Close it up. Out front, Alex Serio says, we're just going to go ahead and try to lock my way into the second round, boys. Y'all keep battling. He's out by 1.3 seconds as we watch our race leader in the number 21 car. We continue to watch our race leader for the moment. What's going on back here? Derek Pemberton closing it up here on Landon Lacey and Cody Most as these two guys battling side by side. Pemberton may have been just saving a little bit. Maybe learn something. We'll see. Still holds on to sixth right now. I expect pit stops to be happening here in about 11, 12 laps. Landon's still fourth place at the moment. Levi second, Joe Morgani, Alex Serra is still first. What's going on back here? Gary Smith being passed by Pate Albany. Pate moves in P12. Ron Christian and Todd Chase behind that. As look at this battle. Landon Lacey taking away third. Oh, there goes the 53. Backs it into the wall. Joe Morgani, caution is out. And Todd Chase involved as well. And everybody needs to slow down here. 53 needs to come to pit lane. Here's the replay of what happened. To me, it's May going to 53 as he came down the racetrack onto the 71. It looks like. Yeah, it's got to go on. It's got to go on to 53. He came down. It'll look from Derek Pemberton's car, and here's a look. Todd Chase gets into him as well. Here's a look on board Derek's car. Should be a pretty good view. Derek gets a little piece of it as well. I don't think he'll take it quick repair, but I don't know. You might need to take it. I don't know. It's not too bad, actually, for Derek, but we'll see the race on pit road as it comes about halfway through it. You see Morgani and Todd Chase. They're going to be at the back end of the field no matter what. Brian Younger had a little issue getting into the pit box as well. See Derek Pemberton on. Oh, that's pretty cool. The fence actually does light up here at Texas now. That's pretty neat under caution. See Derek sitting here on pit road getting some of that damage repaired. Don't think he really wants to take his quick repair, and I don't blame him. Not until you need to. I think maybe if another caution comes out, you could. Todd Chase sitting here waiting on the field to go by. He's going to have to pass. Unfortunately, himself and Joe Morgani will be one lap down, so they're going to be racing for a lucky dog spot. But pace light's going to go off, I believe, this time. And we'll get set to go back green. So we're going to take one more trip around at least. Once again, we want to congratulate Levi Allen, who is currently third. He was our TRN Driver of the Week last week, picking up his first 87 Cup win. So we congratulate him on that. Was able to get that done, and we gave him the Driver of the Week for it. So congratulations to another Levi Allen. You know, that's a big hit right there for Joe Morgani, honestly, and Todd Chase both in a chase. I think Todd Chase might actually be or got the wave around. So it's a tough break right there, though, for guys like Morgani, who is one lap down. The good thing is he's only one lap down, so he should be okay. But we did show we had a pretty good green flag run there when that happened. So tough break there for the 53. Luckily for him, he's got a few bonus points, 4 to be exact. So that does help him right now. Even if he was finished 14th, he would have enough bonus points to be, right there with everybody else, I believe. So there's a little bit of a benefit to having bonus points with the wins. Going back to the green flag, it is time for us to turn it up. You guys enjoy. Up front, Landon Lacey putting some pressure here on the race lead. While the big group's battling a little bit further behind them. As they work out the turn 4, Landon Lacey may be taking a peek here on Alex Fitzgerald. Now, Landon is not part of the chase. That does not mean that he can't race with the best of them, though. Like I said, once Landon gets a feel for a car, it's a matter of time before you start seeing it click off for him. And here he is trying to battle for the race lead against one of the best in here. We'll keep an eye on that very closely. Landon's doing a really good job on the exit of the corner. That's where it looks like a lot of his speed's coming from. Alex did a good job in 3 and 4 that time. Levi Allen's back in 3rd. Cody Bose and Brian Young battling side by side for position. Was Cody going to be able to hold that? As you still watch our top 3 right now. Was Landon putting the pressure on our race lead. By the way, Derek Pemberton, even with that damage, showing P6. That's about where he was, I believe, when all that chaos got started. Oh, landed in the wall. He's going to need a save at fast repaired now. He's going to drop back a little bit. We will stay green, but he'll need a yellow. I don't know if the damage is going to hurt him completely. We've seen a lot worse, and cars be able to run. There's quite a bit there, but we'll see if it slows him down too much. It'll look like he's able to get up to speed pretty good. I'm sitting here looking. We will compare it next time by with Alex Fitzgerald as he works off turn 4. Right now at 175 across, or 174 across the line, and 181 going into the corner. Yeah, Lando's right there with him, so 181 for him. So it looks like the speed's still there for Lando, so he should be okay. He'll just need a caution to get that damage repaired. I will be honest, if guys have a fast repair, don't be surprised if we see them use it. If a caution was to come out next time by, as you see Derek Pemberton putting pressure here on Brian Young, this is for P5. Here watching Ron Christian Jr., we know he's fast as he looks underneath Brian Young as well. We know Christian's fast. He's got a chance to win the championship as well. Like, I think a lot of the focus has been on the guys that have won this season a lot, like Alex, Levi, Derek, and Joe Morgani. And they deserve it, like, don't get me wrong. But I think there's some other guys in here that, definitely don't appreciate it, and I understand it. Like guys like Brian Young, Ron Christian Jr., Todd Chase, guys like that. I mean, you want to go out here and win, and that's the name of the game. So do not count them guys out, even though they're back here running where they are. We've seen Todd Chase win championships like this. Only winning the final race of the year, making your way into the chase, all the way through the playoffs to the Final Four, and everybody really counted you out, and he was able to win it. So do not count out these guys that may not be running the best. We know Donnie's got a chance. And we get ready to come to lap 43. We begin lap 43, should I say. little bit further back in the field. Paid off and getting trying to hold up Gary Smith. Not going to be able to. Gary Smith also battling Brian Kidda. Brian's starting to move up a little bit, or try to. Right now, Sherman P12. A little bit further back, but we'll see. Todd Chase right now battling Brian Young. This is for the 8th spot. Todd got lucky. I hate using that word in racing, but he did get lucky with that lucky dog that he got. Or I guess that was his lucky dog that he got. Was able to get back on the lead lap. It's going to be curious to me. Pit stops now, strategy-wise. What is the strategy for some of these guys? Will we have to see pit road again? We was kind of close to pit stops. 8 or 9 laps. These guys have already been out there 17 laps. Now, keep in mind, a couple of them was under yellow, so not much of a factor there. But I just don't know if these guys can run, I guess you could run 30 more laps under green. Unless we have a yellow. Then it kind of changes everything. Brian Young battling Donnie here for the 7th position. As we continue to stay green. Only one yellow so far to speak of. Once again, want to shout out Ross Booth. A little bit of contact there between 86 and 00. Looked like more net code than anything. As Todd Chase says, don't mind if I do. He's going to try to take away the 7th spot. But want to shout out real quick to Ross Booth for picking up another championship in the Red Sox Racing League, sponsored by Not Your Average Green. We appreciate them guys being on here. By the way, I got to wish my mama happy birthday here on the broadcast. Happy birthday, Mama. Hope you had a good day. Just want to put that out there. Got to do that or I get beat to death. So, that or the wife. I'll have to make sure we say it. Derek Pemberton he gets loose. Got too much of that apron. Good catch there by Derek. Side by side with Ron here. Derek just going to let him have it for now. Like I said, as long as you finish in front of the top 8, it does not matter. Nothing else matters right now. There's still 2 races left, so before the end. Derek battling back here, though. For now. Last thing Derek wants to do. You do not want to tap somebody here and get a penalty. You get sent to the back, so you're going to be a little bit careful not to make sure there's no contact, especially this late in the race. And he does. 45 in the wall hard. Still in the wall. He does save it. Christian, pretty heavy hit there. That was a bad spot to hit. And his car kind of looks like Landon's, but he's in under more pressure now because here comes the 86. Brian Young looking to take away 6th spot. Side by side. Todd Chase looks on. Landon Lacey. Caution comes out. Everybody's trying to dodge him. Everybody does a good job of getting out of the way. Landon probably needed that. He wants his fast repair anyway. He just cooks it too much going into the corner. Backs it into the fence as the yellow flies. You see the yellow on the fence. So this sets everybody up kind of like a sprint race here. With just a few laps to go. This will be the final set of tires these guys have as well. Definitely going to come down and take them. With the runs we've been having. Going to use your quick repair and all that good stuff here as well if you got it. Which could make things interesting, I think. But definitely a time to use it if you're everybody, I believe. It's going to make things interesting. Derek Pemberton right here beside Cody Mose. Somebody has to check up out of this, yeah. Derek's going to be the first one in the box. So he had to check up out of that. But Pate Alvin stays out. Not quite sure why that is. Brian Young missed his box. He had a backup. I think it's twice now he's actually missed it. As we watch and wait. Alex Rosario going to race off pit road. 2-tire stop for Gary Smith. Smith was the race off pit road. Well, things are getting interesting. If you have used Fast for Harry, you probably shouldn't now. As we will step aside for just a moment and be right back. So Alex Rosario will get the lead, it looks like, as Gary Smith having some kind of connection issue, unfortunately. So he will come down as we still wait for the pace lights to go off here from Texas. A few more laps left in this one. I think the pace lights are getting ready to go off, so it will be Alex Rosario up front with Levi Allen. Derek Pemberton, Cody Most, and Ron Christians Jr., your top 5. I also want to mention Joe Moragani did get back on the lead lap. He was your lucky dog at a 53. Cannot forget that. Here we go. We're ready to come to the green flag. 11 laps. Oh, I'm sorry, not 11 laps. I'm on lap 55, not 65. 21 laps to go. Pace car drops in. Green flag set to wave. We are waiting. Green flag is out in the air. We're racing live once again from Texas Motor Speedway. 20-lap shootout here from Texas. Top 2. Pretty good jump there on that start. Riding on board right now with Cody Mose. As we stay green for now. High dome is a mess. Good luck figuring that out. Landon Lacey, Cody Kennedy. Behind those, Brian Kidda, Brian Young, Todd Chase, and Joe Morgani. Up front, top three have broken away. With Levi Allen caught right in the middle between Derek Pemberton. I got a story in just a moment to tell you guys. So last week, during the interviews, of course, Levi won. Derek, I believe, got second to that. We talked to Derek. He wasn't very happy in his interview. Levi wasn't very happy with what he said, understandably. I think it was kind of taken out of context a little bit. And Levi and Derek did talk about it. And they worked through it. It wasn't a problem. They all worked through it, but it's definitely interesting. They did have a little bit of a word exchange. It wasn't nothing too severe by any means. That's one good thing about this league. I think that's what, a lot of leagues have issues with sometimes. Let drivers work it out on their own. I love that idea. Just, you got to keep it, the right way. It's right there. Big move. Derek's looking faster right now as Levi's still putting pressure on Alex as well. A little bit further back as well. I mean, oh man, that's 86 having some issues. As Gary Schmidt actually almost went inside of his car. These two guys are still racing hard. Gary blinking just a little bit. Don't know exactly where he's at right now. So this could be, look for an admin that may say something here to the 31. It is messing up a lot of guys right now. I think he's blinking. That was pretty severe right there. You may watch for, he's right in front of, Joe Morgani. So if a race admin can't hear me, you may want to say something. Cody Kennedy slow. Making a little bit of contact there. What happened here to the 63? Things are getting a little crazy. I think Cody just lost it here a little bit. Yeah, he just slid it through. We've seen this a couple times already with certain guys. Right now, we'll keep an eye on that as we still are green. One thing I noticed Alex is doing a good job on saving these tires, I think. Let's see if he does it here this time as well. In that 21, we are coming up on 10 laps to go here in just a few moments. Derek did a good job that turn. Although I think he got a little bit of the apron, but still a good job. Todd Chase looking underneath Brian Kidda. This would be for 7th. Todd is there. What Todd wants to do, you want to finish 8th or above in every race in this first round to make sure you are not eliminated. Up front, however, we see these guys go at it last night in street stocks. Alex Serra, Levi Allen, Derek Pemberton. Pretty interesting. Here comes Derek, though, side by side with Levi. Derek has the lane going into turn 3. Levi going to give room. A good, respectable race in there, giving that spot to Derek. Maybe Derek can go get Alex and may help Levi out here as well. The only problem, like I said, with Derek Pemberton is, lack of saving tires, and we are getting to that point where the run has set in. It's only about a 20 or so lap run on these tires, but 20 laps on these tires is a little bit. I mean, it's not, short by any means. Look at this back here. Donnie going to be able to hold 8. Todd still in 7th. Brian falls back to P9. Brian Young back in 10th right now. So kind of surprising number of guys. Right now, the biggest ones is outside the top 10 as far as points go, or the top 8. Like I said, your magic goal is 8. Is Brian Kidda, Brian Young, Joe Morgani, and Cody Kennedy. So that's pretty big because there's a couple guys inside the top 8 that are not in the point standings. And one of them would be Landon Lacey, who's sitting in P5 right now. We seen him up there a little while ago battling pretty hard. Battle here once again for second. Maybe see what Derek does here. Battling Levi. Levi's still right there on the bumper. You guys trying everything they can to catch Alex. Alex right now, very tough to catch. They both closed in right there a little bit. Through turns 1 and 2. Basically, you're just hoping Alex makes a small mistake. I know that's wishful thinking, but keep showing yourself, hoping that he makes a mistake if you can't get to him. Maybe bobbles a little bit. We've seen that a couple times out of some guys. We come to lap 70. This time. Joe Morgani back in 11th, probably not very happy right now. Understandably so. Luckily for him, he does got that little bit of a buffer with so many wins this season. These two guys right here are okay where they run. They would love, even if they finish like this. This is a great thing if they finish like this. That would give him a much more bigger buffer as well going into next week. So I forgot where we actually go. I got it up here somewhere. Might take me just a second. Trying to find updated schedule. It might take me just a second to find this, but I believe we're racing Auto Club for Texas Auto Club. Watkins Glen is your first round, so Auto Club next week. Then Michigan, Nashville, and then North Wilkesboro. Coming to 2 laps to go. We're at the line as we work through turn 2. Levi giving up a little bit of room now. I think him and Derek honestly might be not content, but I think this is an okay finish. Especially Derek, the way he qualified. I feel like you're okay with that for the most part. Landon Lacey's up to 4th, by the way. 2 laps to go. Pending green-white checker, if we have one. Never know. It's definitely possible. White flag out in the air. for Alex Fisario, Derek Pemberton, Levi Allen. Will our top contenders finish first, second, and third this season? Only one we're missing is Joe Morgani, who's worked his way up to P9. He's not done yet as well. Like I said, magic number is 8. He is currently 9th place. One more turn here for the driver of the 21. He's been hot this season, 2 wins. Looking for win 3. Alex Fisario works out of turn 4. He wins at Texas. Derek Pemberton finishes P2. Third goes to Levi Allen. Back here's a big battle as well. Brian Kittle looking to have a good run. Strong finish for the 66 car. He places in 8th. But your race winner, right here, Alex Fisario picks up win number 3 this season. And we're going to talk to him right now. Give me just a second, once I figure out what I'm doing. Hey, Alex, it's Adam up in the booth. You got a copy?
Oh, I got a copy.
P1, man. Playoff race 1. You lock your way into the next round. Already that pressure kind of becomes off of you. You got to like winning here at Texas.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Feels nice. Feels nice to have no pressure for these next 2 races. Let me tell you.
Especially Auto Club of Watkins Glen, especially Watkins Glen. Let's just be honest. Everybody knows that
yeah.
Place is weird. So, man, talk us through your night, though. I mean, it was pretty much get out front, just hit your marks, and just pull away.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, no problem. Tell us about your night, though. You was able to get out front, hit your marks consistently. I mean, it was just, every lap looked identical. You was able to pull away from everybody and stay out front.
Yeah, the bottom lane in 1 and 2 was the key for me, at least. Hitting. There was a patch in 1 and 2 that you have to hit if you want to get up the corner really well. And I tried to hit it consistently. So, and then 3 and 4 was just flat out most of the time, truthfully.
For sure on that, man. Well, moving on to the next round, which is awesome for you. One of the favorites to go win this championship as well. Any shout outs you want to give out here tonight?
My team at Firelight, Levi and Derek, and I think his name was Landon for racing up here. It was fun racing with all of them. Sucks that we didn't really get a challenge, per se, I guess. But
you can say that.
Nonetheless.
Hey, a good job of free race, though.
Yeah.
So, that's always a good thing. Good job, man. Go see if you can win an Auto Club next week.
All right. Thanks a lot,
buddy. Next up, Derek Pemberton finishing in P number 2 here tonight. Derek, you got a copy.
Yep.
Good, solid finish, points-wise, which is a big thing because this is really going to help you to move into the next round, finishing P2. Overall, happy, unsatisfied? You give me your thoughts.
I mean, don't get that's one thing we talked about during the race, or at least in pre-race with me and some of my teammates. We talked about just being grateful for the finishes we get, but I mean, for the kind of race I had tonight, second place is great and all. It's just, it sucks. We had a fast car right there at the end, and I knew I caught Landon Lacey with that unfortunate yellow. Just kind of put me right back into the fight, and we was able to use that fast repair. And I'll be honest, I know I talked about not letting Wednesday roll into Thursday, but I can't lie, I thought about trying to give the 21 the bumper, just the way that I was giving the bumper last night, but thought better. I just thought I could try to race them clean, and just wasn't fast enough tonight. I mean, I think the fastest car in the field won the race tonight. I think the 3 fastest guys tonight finished 1, 2, 3.
I agree completely as well, man. Moving into next week, Auto Club thoughts.
Sounds like another track I got to figure out how to save freaking tires at. So thanks a lot, Todd Chase, for making me have to work that much harder now.
Hey, you did good tonight, though. I was impressed.
I'll be honest. Going into qualifying, me and Landon, and I think, especially me and Landon, we was really confused on where we was just losing so much time at, and then eventually I kind of figured it out. It had to take me. I had a certain window of laps, and I think within that window is when you see me get up there and pass Levi, and I think with about 3 to go is when I started exiting that window, because that's when Alex was just able to pull away from me, which I'll be honest, I got pretty mad at myself for letting him be able to pull away right there, because honestly I think if that race would have been about 3 laps shorter, I think you may have seen the side-by-side finish because I was coming. It just too many laps there at the end.
Shout outs and all that, man. You know how to do it.
Yeah, I got to thank Todd for putting on the league. Got to thank Rays for coming on board and sponsoring the league, and thank him for sponsoring me. Got to thank you for being in the broadcast. Congrats
paint tonight, by the way.
So what?
I forgot to do your new paint tonight. I just remembered.
Probably glad you didn't because it would have been a disappointment again. So
it's not. Oh, you got my face disappointments?
No, I meant the finish.
I gotta go.
I meant
Have a good night, buddy. We'll move on from Derek Pemberton. Yeah. Next up, Levi Allen finishing in P3. Levi, you got a copy.
Yeah.
Pretty much a remake of last night, man. You, Derek, and Alex, all three up front. Only person missing is one of the other hot guys in here is Joe Moragani, and that came out really strange. But one of the other hottest drivers coming in is Joe Moragani. Third place tonight, not bad as far as points goes. Talk us through it.
I'm actually kind of impressed I did good tonight because I just bought the track before practice.
Oh.
And I didn't really like how it felt. Going into one felt super tight, and then, or not tight, just felt weird. Once Joe Moragani told me what brake bias he was running and stuff, it was really easy. And then 3 and 4, you can pretty much keep it wooded, but I kept letting off and doing weird stuff. I probably could have caught Derek if I would have kept it wooded through 3 and 4, but I couldn't do it. I felt like I was a spin out.
Thoughts at Auto Club next week. And we know you're a short track racer at heart, so these bigger tracks is like probably kill you. You're ready to get some short track racing, I'm sure. But thoughts on Auto Club next week.
Auto Club, I don't really know because I just bought that track too. I never raced there before.
Oh, good. Well, we know that you'll be fine. Man, shout outs and all that you want to give out.
I'd like to give a shout out to Rad Plus, Narrative Coffee Company. I'd like to give a shout out to you for doing the broadcast, Trackside Racing Network, Race Energy. Yeah, I think it's
good job, man.
Yep, thanks.
Guys, that would do it for us tonight. I got to kind of cut it short. Congratulations to our race winner, Alex Rosario. We hope y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all here.